Hi, I'm Joe.
And I'm Digna.
Welcome to Relationships.
We're a couple having a few.
Hey guys, we're back for another episode. So this is going to be, I think, our 7th episode now that I've got recorded. And we are just kind of knocking them out left and right. I looked, today is April the 3rd.
Fourth?
Yeah, I guess we're going into the 4th. Yeah, April 3rd, going into the 4th. And our first episode that we actually released was released on the 20th of March. So we've been knocking out kind of 2 a week. So we're just moving strong. I'm assuming all of you who are listening are going through the same kind of stuff we're going through. We're talking about the COVID. I know we just did our quarantini episode, and
We have the recipe if you want it. I know
Yes.
you want to drink a pickle juice martini.
And so this week we're going back to Helen Blazes,
Local.
and you probably heard the episode, the Mars and Madness episode. That was a Helen Blazes beer. So this Helen Blazes beer that we're going to have is called Todd's Crumb Catcher.
I don't know if you remember or if you caught in one of the previous episodes, or maybe it was the Marzen one, that Joe talked about Todd and who he was and how he is the brewmaster at Helen Blazes here locally, and he's family and he's awesome, and that is a man who has a beard. And so if
Or
you
a
don't
crumb catcher, if you will.
if you don't understand the title of the beer, that's why. So
It's supposed to be an oatmeal cookie, kind of the flavoring. So it's not overly sweet, but it does have kind of those notes of maybe raisin or cinnamon.
it actually tastes a lot sweeter to me this time around. I know I had it when it first came out this season, and I must have had it after something that was sweeter, because it didn't taste like cookie or oatmeal or anything at all. But now I definitely am
I
getting
would say you mentioned that last time.
Yeah.
And I was like,
Yeah, he got it for me
Crazy.
specifically because he was like, this is going to be a dessert beer, which,
Yeah.
it's all the rage now.
once again, it is dessert. It has the notes of cinnamon and all that stuff, but it's not dessert.
Yeah, it's not going to rot your teeth out. It has some really good hints in it. It's good.
So yeah, pretty good beer. Once again, that's Helen Blazes. They are, just to plug my other podcast, they were the first episode I did for my other podcast, Drinking and Driving. So if you haven't listened to Drinking, DRINKIN apostrophe, ampersand, Driving, DRIVIN apostrophe. So Drinking and Driving, which of course don't do that. I mean, listen, but don't drink and drive. But yeah, so they were my first episode. So we're enjoying another one of their fabulous beers. They're local here. So what we wanted to discuss this episode is, what is everybody doing? Since we're supposed to not really physically interact with other people, keep
We are
your
6 feet
distance.
apart from each other.
Yeah, we're 6-ish feet. I mean, yeah. And we do have a king size bed, so we can get pretty close to 6 feet away from one another in the bed. So we're going to, leave this open to you guys and just kind of find out, what are you guys doing during this time, this very weird time here
Keep
in our
yourselves busy, keep your kids busy, keep your parents busy, keep your grandparents busy. What are you doing for all of these people if need be? What are you doing right now?
Yeah. So we'll just kind of let you know what we're doing right now and maybe some hobbies you've picked up and all that stuff. So I guess the first thing is, I have been, since the beginning of 2020, I quit my other job and went to school. We started going to school as full-time students, which we'll talk about that, I think, in another episode real soon. So because of the flexibility, I started doing Uber and Lyft. And I was also doing a little bit of there's a grocery shopping one called Shipt. And I also was doing like the food delivery ones. But I was mostly doing the Uber and the Lyft stuff for quite a while there. And of course, from the COVID, I don't want no, typhoid Mary hopping in my back seat and coughing all over me. So I was like, I'm going to just, and then of course the Shipt, I was like, I don't know if I want to go to the grocery store and have typhoid Mary coughing on my groceries.
Or not be able to find half of the groceries.
Or
because
that one with the
people are People are bananas with the shopping right now.
Apparently, people just need to poop like a lot, so the toilet paper is just.
Can you imagine trying to go fill a shipped or whatever shopping customer requests every single day, and every single day having to tell at least one person, nope, we don't have toilet paper, they don't have wipes, there's no alcohol. Like, you'd have to do that at least once a day.
So with those things, that's why I'm staying out of that one, and I'm only doing the takeout. But the good thing about the takeout,
Yeah, the food delivery, like when you don't want to leave your house to go get whatever, here comes Joey.
So yeah, I go to McDonald's, and most of them I don't even have to leave the car, which is good. I get it. They hand me the bags. I drive it to the house, and a lot of people, they don't, and I don't blame them. They do contactless delivery where I drop it off, kind of knock on their front door, and I scoot back to the car. And that's that. So that's what I've been doing for the last couple of weeks as my kind of primary job. As far as my wife's job, she's kind of still doing that. I guess her company says she's essential, so she's doing her essential thing. As far as activities,
it's not selling essential oils, though.
Yes. Well, there was essential oils.
That is an
part
essential
of what
job.
We've done. But one of the essential, since she said essential oils, I made some hand sanitizer. So we had some of the high grade alcohol, the like 90 some odd %. And I think you're supposed to do I don't remember the exact measurements, but it's like a 2-to-1 of that and aloe. And we have aloe plants that we've never done anything with the things. They're
pretty.
They're pretty. So I cut off are they called leaves? Because they're thick, and I mean, we'll call it a leaf. Yeah, I'm not sure, but I cut one off and took all the goop out of it and mixed.
Oh, it's a goop.
Yeah, it's
just to cut the goop.
A goop container, a goop envelope. I don't know. And so I cut off a goop envelope and put the goop in there, and we'll just say it was like 1 cup, and you're supposed to put 2 cups of alcohol in there. And then we put a lemon essential oil in there. So that was where the essential, and boom, hand sanitizer. You like blend it up and then you're good to go.
Yeah, that aloe has been a part of our very rapidly growing garden. Partially out of curiosity, like, can we grow a victory garden? Will things survive in our tiny front yard? Yeah. Will the squirrels leave us with anything?
And that's the other thing we've been doing. We've been doing a lot of green thumbing around here.
Yes.
What have we planted thus far? I know
we've got collards, we've got squash, zucchini, cucumber, onions, peppers, black beans, beets, okra, and
we've still got some sweet
definitely
potatoes.
Something else. Yeah, there's sweet potatoes.
We've got a pineapple that's kind of still working on it. So we got a lot of food that'll be coming up here. In the next
in four-ish months.
And we've got some mints, and we've got mint, not mince. Sounds like mincemeat, but mint.
Ooh, I have a question.
Yes.
Do you know what mincemeat is? Mincemeat pies. What is in a mincemeat pie? I just learned this week. And Melanie, if you ever listen to this, this is for you.
Mincemeat, I'm assuming it's some sort of shredded meat.
It's not. It's like fruits. It's like fruits and nuts and like maybe an essence of meat by like using lard.
Ode meat.
Or some stuff like that. But it is not minced. It's not minced meat, which I had no idea. I learned that this week. Just a little factoid. But yes, we have lots of mint in our garden. Basil, tomatoes, carrots. There's a whole lot of stuff trying to grow out there. We'll let you know whether or not it actually survives.
Yeah, and then we've got some milkweed that we put there, just mostly for the butterflies, because those are fun to see, the monarch butterflies come in, and then you see the larva and all that stuff, and then you get a couple of chrysalis.
You get the babies.
Yeah, so it's kind of fun.
I've got all kinds of pictures of that online or on my phone if you just want to stand there and talk about caterpillars and butterflies and
bugs.
No. That's the thing. I don't like bugs. I don't want to deal with beetles or roaches or spiders or honestly, in all honesty, I don't even want the butterflies touching me. I don't like touching the caterpillars, but sometimes I have to move them. But they're so pretty and they're fun to watch. So I'll endure for that reason. But no, I don't want to talk about bugs.
And then we got the old ball glove out. And today we bought a little t-ball glove for my son. And we've just been throwing the ball in the front yard, just mostly doing a lot of outside hangout time.
Frisbee, building pretend forts. Oh, we planted sunflowers too. Those will be fun. Riding bike, trying to get a workout or so in every so often, and
just right in our parking lot. And
make
right here.
Des, come and run around with us, mostly because his kind of, physical education or whatever that he had been doing before, which is Ninja Warriors, which he does here locally, which is awesome. Once a week, he gets to be a little ninja. But that's obviously been put on hold for right now. So we're trying to get him moving or continuing to move. What else have we played out there?
I mean, it's mostly been some sort of version of ball or
kicking the ball, throwing the
we
ball.
We dribbled the basketball, So we've a lot of outside time,
chalk.
which is real nice. Yeah, sidewalk chalk's really cool. And so as another hobby, Digna here has worked on becoming is seamstress the right name?
Oh yes, I'm definitely officially a seamstress.
Is seamstress the title?
Yeah, I think so.
Not a sewist or a sewer. Or
I know that seamstress is a word. I don't know if it is the current.
Tomato is also a word, and it has nothing to do with this.
I don't know if it is the official word, or I kind of feel like seamstress kind of might have died away with like stewardess. So maybe there is another word, but I honestly don't know.
Seamer.
So I'll call myself a seamer right now.
Yes. So she's been seaming up some.
I've been sewing, attempting to learn how to sew the some masks, some reusable masks that the family can use, while we move around town when we need to. Also trying to see how well I can make them to see if they can actually be given to anybody in the medical field. So if you have any tips on how to make it easier, I'm all ears, because right now my family is just hearing a lot of cursing and me kicking the box and me stabbing myself with pins and just being generally angry at what should be a very relaxing hobby I envisioned. But
and that's why Desmond and I go outside to play ball. We're like,
there's been a lot of outside time for some of us. But yeah, if you have any tips on how to make it easier, or if you have any need, I mean, I sure am not a professional, but hey, I can try to help. I've got some fabric, I've got thread, I have a sewing machine, I can try to do things.
A for effort, definitely, at the very least.
I will seam something for you.
And then I guess my other hobby is I decided, because of this social distancing and all this stuff and curbside takeaway, I started going to some of, I'm all about beer, if you guys didn't know that. But I've been going to some of the local breweries and just filming myself doing the curbside pickup and kind of giving some information like, come in from this road, don't come in from this road, call ahead of time, or, whatever the protocol might be for that location. So
don't touch anything.
Exactly. I bring hand sanitizer with me.
Are you supposed to clean your own bottle before you come, or do they still clean it?
Depends on the place.
Good to know.
Yeah. So yeah, Helen Blazers is like, oh no, we'll clean it for you either way. I'm happy as long as I end up with beer in the growler, and including the beer we're drinking now, which was.
But you should definitely know beforehand whether or not you should show up with a clean growler or not, because you're going to be real sad. Well, you know what? Here's the thing: just always show up with a clean growler. Yeah. Don't be gross.
Yeah. I mean, clean your growler. And if they say, well, we're going to sanitize it too, great. So, I mean, double clean, no downside to that. But yeah, so, and the beer we're drinking now is from Helen Blazes, from the episode that I filmed just the other day. So, yeah, and that's YouTube only. That doesn't really translate very well to podcasting. So that's a YouTube only, but.
Now envision me walking through the door. I don't know why I did it in that voice.
I don't know why all of a sudden I became from somewhere other than neutral accent territory.
Because I don't know, I'm absorbing the New Yorker from all the people driving down to Florida. I don't know.
Oh yeah, that's all sorts of fun. And then what is it? The governor just issued our
stay in place.
Stay in place. And a couple hours ago, the president said that obviously not a law or anything, but it would be preferable for everyone to wear a mask while out in public.
It is highly suggested.
Yeah, so very strange times we're living in. Please, let us know what you guys are doing to kind of
What shows are you watching? What hobbies are you picking up?
Yeah, not not
Are you
not pulling your hair out. I mean, what's stopping you from? I will
Oh, are you
say.
baking? What are you baking?
Oh yeah. You made some banana bread.
Banana blueberry bread yesterday.
That was pretty. Pretty
Now I'm officially a seamer and a bakist.
Bakist, patty cake, and I'm a baker's man. Yeah, and I will say I have yet to watch the Tiger Guy thing, and I'm not interested. I don't know.
Stuff.
Well, and it's funny, people are talking about, you're going to run out of stuff to watch. So what? And I'm like, I just don't watch a lot. Try to stay busy. We've also been kind of doing a little bit, not a little bit. I mean, we've been doing some working out, just because I'm a big tub of chub and and I need to be less tub o chub.
We're just trying to keep moving. Don't want to stay still.
Yeah. So it's a really good time. If you guys have never done a thing, do that thing if you've got the time, especially if you're.
I have one last one. Remember we watched Jeff Goldblum last night, and he was trying to drink coffee again because I guess he hasn't had coffee in quite a few years now. And it was an episode. What's the name of the show?
The World According to Jeff Goldblum.
The World According to Jeff Goldblum. And in this particular episode, he was trying to drink coffee, and in one portion of it they were teaching him how to like be a latte artist, where they do like the hearts and the flowers and all that in the foam of your coffee. Well, I made a really, really vaguely shaped heart today, and I have to say I'm pretty proud of myself, and I can probably just end my latte art career there.
It really looked like a green pepper. I mean, it looked like a bell pepper.
So you thought it looked like?
It looked like a bell pepper to me.
You know what? That's closer than nothing.
It's a type of pareidolia. What do you see in the foam?
Well, I definitely wanted you to see a heart. I'm going to work on that, though.
I would say it resembled more an actual anatomical drawing of a heart.
I'll take that.
It looked more like that type of a heart than it did the traditional Valentine's style heart. So, if you were trying to make a heart, nailed it.
It is now.
So we're going to go ahead and move to one of our favorite, or just a segment. We're going to do some pod decks. Maybe I shouldn't have bought these cards. I mean, I feel like I'm advertising for them every time. It's a whole segment in my show. Mm-hmm. So pod decks from poddecks.com.
Hey, pod decks, you want a sponsor?
So I'm going to go ahead and flop over a card here. If you were to die tomorrow, what little thing would you regret not doing?
Goodness, that's appropriate. I mean, it's not. I'm not dying tomorrow. I'm not sick. But what little thing
Rocky Mountain climbing
would I regret not doing?
Live like you were dying.
Maybe have a legitimate pair of like rain boots. I've always wanted some, and I feel like there's a really good, solid time of year here that rain boots are appropriate. And I always just end up coming home from work with wet feet. That's not like, I mean, right, you said live like you were dying. Like, we're not talking like serious, what are you going to do with your life?
It said, what would you regret not doing? So you would regret not doing having...
No, I would regret not having. I would regret not having.
Not doing.
You said small thing though. What small thing?
But something you would regret not doing.
Purchasing good rain boots.
Oh, Amazon again for the win.
I don't know. What are you going to get deep?
Some little thing that I would regret not doing. I don't know. I mean, to me, I guess it's something little. Maybe get tased. I always wondered.
Okay, you laughed hysterically at the fact that I didn't want something practical, but you want to get electrocuted.
No, electrocuted means to death.
You could die from that.
Nah, I doubt it. But yeah, I always wondered. But it's kind of like one of those things. Like, would I get?
I'll do it right now.
You don't have a taser.
I'll get one right now.
Yeah, you find a taser at 11 o'clock at night.
My mom has one.
You're not supposed to say that. Now everyone knows.
Oh, you're not supposed to have those?
All of our many, many, many listener now knows that.
Thanks, Mom. Yeah, Thanks for listening.
Yeah, Mom's the one person who's listening, and she knows now that she has a taser.
I mean, my other mom.
I mean, not Nancy. I mean, Francie.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's who it was. Yeah, let us know what you would like to do before you go. If you knew you had
A little thing.
a little thing, crazy little thing, but it was something you would regret. So it's really weird because these were just randomly chosen cards. But I mean, yeah, if you think about it, so if you knew that, oh my gosh, this is the death sentence, what am I gonna do? I guess on that same note, a similar question would be if you were a death row inmate, what would your last meal be? So let's go that one. So if this is your last day on Earth, what's your meal? What's a meal that you're gonna have?
I think a lot of seafood. Yesterday we had steamed shrimp with some smashed and fried plantains. And it was delicious. And then today I ended up having some conch fritters. And I genuinely think I just want to eat like a metric butt ton of seafood.
I mean,
in many forms. Although I prefer it not be like a metric butt ton of like crab legs, where I'm also gonna have to work for it. You know, just some fish, I can deal with peeling some shrimp, some fried shell fishy fritters, something like that. And anything plantain related together is like the perfect combo for me.
Yeah, I mean, I will say, I still think about it, dream about it. It's very close to ceviche, but down in the Bahamas, they do a conch salad, and they make it like right there in front of you, and
fresh.
It is so good. So that's one of those things where I'm like, oh, I would love to get fresh conch salad. So I could see
like
that
a vat of that.
Yeah. I mean, if I could make that my last meal, sure. So yeah, go ahead. Just as a kind of added on question, question part 2. Or question A and B. I don't know. But
Oh, you don't know how to do an outline?
Yeah, exactly. Like something with an
Better get with it. There's one due in a month.
Yeah, but we'll make it what's something you'd rather do and something you'd like to eat right before you go. So let us all know, and everyone stay safe. Wash your hands. Keep your socially acceptable distances.
And don't be gross.
Yeah. And if you are going to wear gloves, don't throw them on the ground. Don't be that guy or gal. All right, take it easy, guys. Bye.
This has been a Getting to Know Brews presentation.
Music provided by purpleplanet.com. That's purple-planet.com.